So good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning. It is Tuesday morning. That means we got Satwayo aboard with us coming on in the second hour. In the second hour, we also have an interview with cyclist Michael Phillips, but it's not about cycling. It's about entertainment. And you'll hear about that in the second hour. All right, that's Michael Phillips. So we'll chat with him. But this morning, we're going to get into a little topic that has resurfaced on the demerit point system. And we're also going to take a look at what David Abdullah was saying as it relates to the stand your ground legislation and what the Prime Minister is saying. It's very simple. We'll get your thoughts on that. I actually want to find out this morning, anybody have a problem with getting a firearm? You have a problem with getting a firearm? Chris, you have a problem with getting a firearm? I don't have a problem with getting a firearm. You know what I mean? So we'll see. All right, but we won't get into the news day, as we usually do. And on the front page, Plebdeco VP fired after lawsuit threat and Young absent as big names step up for PNM internal elections. Penny goes unchallenged. So leader of the opposition, Penelope Beckles, was nominated unopposed to become PNM political leader on June 2nd at Balisea House, Port of Spain. And elections will be held across TT's 41 constituencies on June 22nd under the one-man, one-vote system ahead of the special convention set for June 29th. All right? Young says, I am not associated with PNM changemakers. Port of Spain North, St. Anne's West MP Stuart Young says he is not associated in any way with an unknown group calling itself the PNM Changemakers. In a post on his Facebook page on June 1st, Young said an opinion column in a daily newspaper over the weekend claimed an author associated with this group is somehow associated with him. He said, I simply wish to mark the record that I am in no way associated with the PNM Changemakers, nor am I aware of who the author is or are. He could be Chief Whip and PNM Chairman. Gonzalez says, I work hard to better TNT. Aruca Lopino MP Marvin Gonzalez in less than 3 months has been Minister of Public Utilities, Minister of National Security, Opposition Chief Whip in the House of Representatives, and now is well positioned to become PNM chairman after filing his nomination papers at Balisea House, Port of Spain on June 2nd, and he spoke to reporters. You could read about that. Caribbean remains committed to clean energy. 5 killed and 3 injured by gunmen over the weekend. All right, and the article goes on to tell you about the 5 incidents where persons were killed and the 3 incidents where people were injured over the weekend. Mount St. George residents deny seeking vigilante justice against cop. A day after threatening to sue the company, Plebdeco VP fired. Legal team slams move. A day after his attorneys raised concerns about alleged political interference, Vice President of Business Services at the Point Nesus Industrial Port Development Corporation, Plebdeco, Nigel Subaya, has been dismissed with immediate effect, and the company said in a letter dated June 2nd. According to the dismissal notice issued by Plebdeco's chairman, Annette Wati, Subaya, Plebdeco's chairman, Annette Wati, Subaya faced 6 disciplinary charges related to breaches of his contractual obligation, including misrepresentation of board decisions, unauthorized acceptance of salary increases and allowances, and failure to report changes in remuneration to the corporation's board of directors. All right. Vibes Cartel concert promoter promises media conference today. Foreign Affairs Ministry says U.S. new student visa pause is temporary. Well, of course it's temporary. It's not permanent. It is temporary. The intention was always for it to be temporary. Experts say TT in perfect position for clean maritime fuel industry. Oando on Point-a-Pierre refinery talks. No updates yet. And here we have it. The demerit point system debate restarts after weekend's road fatalities. We'll take a look at those road fatalities and this whole debate. BPTT president says elimination of waste, not cost cutting. President of BPTT, David Campbell, said in an announcement earlier this year of cost-saving measures is a bid by the company to make operations more efficient. In January, global giant BP announced it would be cutting 5% of its workforce, or some 4,700 staffers, to reduce cost. Speaking to reporters following the opening of the Caribbean Sustainable Energy Conference 2025, hosted by the Energy Chamber of Trinidad and Tobago on June 2nd at the Hilton, Trinidad, he dismissed the term cost-cutting, believing it did not fully represent what the company was doing. All right? He said, rather, it's an elimination of waste. Well, it's 6 or 1 half a dozen or the other. If I have 10 men here doing a job that 2 men could do, I send 8 of them home. So, what do you term that as? Cost cutting or eliminating waste? It's the same thing. Is it not, fellas? It's the same thing. There is no difference there. Court says PTSC $15,000 licensing fee for excursion buses unreasonable. $15,000 for a licensing fee for excursion bus? Good. I tell you. All right. Those are some of the headlines in the paper this morning. Hey boy, in sport, boy, Serbia's Novak Djokovic playing a shot against Britain's Cameron Norrie, man, during their 4th round match of the French Open. Yeah, Roland Garros is going on. I don't remember that, yes? And cricket officials say TTCB meetings run like a dictatorship. Members muzzled. Wait, hold on. Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board? I'm not surprised. Very, very, very rare do I dive into the sports page. Oh, God. Well, don't even talk about West Indies. I don't know what's going on in West Indies. You all saw the first one day against England? England put up 400 runs in 50 overs, right? West Indies get bowled out for 162. They come back and they lose the second one day. So, well, England wrap up the one-day series. So, I see here they have named their T20 squad for the England and Ireland series. One could only hope that they do better in the T20s. One could only hope. We could only hope. All right? But board members of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board remain frustrated over what they consider a lack of transparency and respect at the local cricket organization, saying they feel muzzled as they have no voice at meetings. Papayo. On May 8th, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service executed a search warrant at the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board head office in Balmain, Couva, taking financial documents to help their investigation. In February 2024, former treasurer of the board, Kiswa Chaitu, was removed from his position after revealing that funds were misused, totaling $500,000 over a 5-year period. And the police intervention was a result of those findings. After another employee resigned because of the misuse of funds. Board members feel sidelined and upset with how the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board executive is running cricket. They said the executive is sounding like a dictatorship to the members of the board. They tell them flat at the beginning of meetings that they are not entertaining any questions with reference to the police locking down the board's office and so on and so forth. My goodness, what is going on in Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board? What's going on all these sports boards, for a matter of fact? This is the problem with all these boards. A lot of them, they abuse the funds. The funds don't go where it's supposed to go. And the sport suffers. And then, of course, you have the bias. You know? Well, I like that player because I good with he and I know his father and me and his father went to school or wherever the case might be now. So he had to get a pick on the squad now. But it's about 10 players better than him. It's the same thing with all of these boards, and the Ministry of Sport need to look into these things, you know. Right? As it relates to whatever powers they have. All these boards are the problem. Those boards are the problem. Look at Santa Rosa. Santa Rosa racetrack. They take races from the savannah, they put it up in Santa Rosa. Okay. What has happened since COVID? Since COVID, Santa Rosa racetrack is non-existent. I think all the horses and them, I don't even know what to do with the horses and them right now. And if I'm not mistaken, and I stand to be corrected, but isn't the board at Santa Rosa made up of the owners of the same horses that race it? Is that not conflict of interest? That the owners and the trainers of these, the owners of the trainers, these ownership connections, that they sit on the board? Is that not a conflict of interest? What are they doing on our board? And then you have the lack of sponsorship into the sports as well. Because one of the reasons why Santa Rosa cannot revive itself is because you have no corporate sponsorship. And it doesn't seem like you're marketing for that. But there are a lot of horse racing fans in Trinidad and Tobago that will make a day of it and go up to Santa Rosa. But you've got to make it, you have to make it inviting, like for family and all kind of thing. You know what I mean? You have to, listen, you have to do things to make it attractive. Right? Yes, you have the horse racing and you have that, but you have to put things around that to make it attractive. Once people come to the track, whether it is they go and sit down by a bar and take a lime and you have little glass windows and things where they can see the horses and see the races run, and you have the TVs and everything inside of there because it is a racetrack, so you get all that information, they're more likely to play a bet than not. Right? But you have to do things to enhance the track, and there doesn't seem to be any investment forthcoming. There doesn't seem to be any interest from corporate, and there has to be a reason for that. Horse racing is thriving all over the world. As a matter of fact, this weekend is the Epsom Derby, highly anticipated. You have the third leg of the Triple Crown in the United States taking place this weekend as well. Either this week or next weekend. I think both of them will be on the same weekend. Right? And if you see people is be at these tracks, so why in Trinidad and Tobago is it a dying sport? I would have to say that the board has killed it. They have killed horse racing locally in Trinidad and Tobago. And that's the same thing that you're seeing here with the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board and the TTFA and all of these boards that set up. The Olympic committees and all of them. They're killing it. Anyway. I'm not in a position to do anything about it, so let me hush my mouth. You understand what I said? I am not in that position. That's the next thing with corporate Trinidad too. You see when I get into sports, I just get real passionate there. That's the next thing with corporate Trinidad and Tobago too. All over the world, you have all these football leagues that thrive in, packing the stadiums, fans in the stands. And what have we done in Trinidad and Tobago with football? We've taken our football back 100 years. That is where we are. You want to charge a pound and a crown, you take it. First off, you take all these leagues that was going on in the communities, where the community used to come out and watch and support the players and things from within the community and opposing teams and whatever that come into play, you take it out of the community. So the communities now don't have no ground. When they go down to the grounds, it has nothing to see. It's just a go and take a sweat. It has no competition going on. You take that and you put it in the stadiums and you build the stadiums, right? No, nothing is wrong with building the stadiums. You build the stadiums to facilitate a league, right? A semi-pro league. Probably the only place on the planet that we have a semi-professional league, not a professional league. But nevertheless, you put the football in the stadiums, and then you want to charge a pound and a crown, and you have about 50 people watching the football. Charge $20, hype up the thing, advertise that the league is taking place, advertise the weekly games, people will come out. But if they don't know it going on, how do you expect them to go out and support? If they don't know that anything is happening. It's the same thing. If you have an fete, right? If you have an fete, and you don't advertise the fete in one form or the other, then how people going to know it going on? No, that doesn't go for established fetes that people anticipate every year. I'm talking about you want to revive football, you want to bring back a league, but then you have to engage into mass marketing. You have to make it, you have to sell it to the people. Because unfortunately, this is the position that the sport is in right now. You have to sell it. It is not going to sell itself. What we're doing with all this link with Venezuela, look about footballers, Venezuela a long time, right? In the South American League, right? The hardest zone probably in the whole world is that South American zone, right? You have Brazil, Argentina, Ecuador, Costa Rica, oh God, not Costa Rica, sorry. Oh gosh, what's the name of the, oh God, Lord. Colombia. You have all these teams down in South America, right? Tough zone. When long time Venezuela used to be getting 5 and 6, you know. I don't know if all you can remember that when Venezuela playing them, team used to get 5 and 6. Venezuela now is one of the toughest teams to be down in South America, you know. Now they mightn't win and qualify for a World Cup and things like that, but they've gone from losing 5 and 6-0 to drawing 1-1, losing 1-0, 2-1, wherever the case might be. They become more competitive, right? So we have this whole Venezuelan link with all these Venezuelans moving to Trinidad and Tobago. Man, listen, if the local footballers can't do it, if they don't want to get involved in the football, here what to do. Do like the United States of America. Adopt them. Simple. And let them play for Trinidad and Tobago and talk done. I know what America does do, fellas? Anyway, if I keep talking about sports, I'll go on and on and on and on. So let me leave it alone. Yeah, boy, fellas, let me just leave it alone. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm at a film a sports show later tonight. Yeah, well, I done prime up already. Anyhow, Olive's House. Introducing Olive's House Senior Care Facility, which is located in Sangre Grande. They are beautifully situated with a spacious main area for living and dining rooms, fully equipped medical wards, and they do have those assisted living quarters that come with all required amenities. And of course, designed to offer comfort, freedom of movement, support your loved ones in their senior years. It is operated 24/7 by a staff of professional qualified geriatric personnel. Hot meals are prepared daily according to dietary requirements. All right? So, to find out more about Olive's House and all the services that they offer, you can give them a call on 232-6367, 291-7919, or 374-4165. You can also find them on Facebook and Instagram, and that is Olive's House. Yeah, man. Also, do not forget, Chef Shiraz will be off to Guyana very soon for the food festival. But before he's off to Guyana for the food festival, he does have the Creative International Cuisine Cooking course and the baking and pastry course that starts on the 7th of June. So we want to remind you to call or WhatsApp Chef and get in on the course. You see how Chef traveling, he going on to Guyana, British Virgin Islands. He does go to the United States of America. Food, the culinary arts has given him the opportunity to do all of that travel, all right? So this is a terrific thing to get into. All you have to do is call or WhatsApp him on 372-4639 or 737-5097. Contact him today and get started, man. Start your journey. Yeah, why not? Also, Jameson. Boost your immune system with Jameson immunity products to fight off the seasonal sniffles, such as their cold fighter with echinacea, vitamin C chews with the honey lemon flavor. And for additional support, try their delicious vitamin D3 chews and ultra strength zinc. Chew, fight, and feel amazing with Jameson trusted vitamins and minerals. All right, that's Jameson. And fellas, here we're going on now. Let me get Palm Star one time. So Palm Star Promotions, of course, is giving your little star a chance to shine live on national television. And this is the 4th annual National Spelling and Vocabulary Challenge. It is set for July 12th at Lowlands Mall. And it is open to all primary school and homeschool kids, standards 3 to 5, ages 9 to 12 plus. And the top school with the most entries and points walks away with a desktop computer. Plus, there are chances to win tablets, medals, and so much more. Buy a courtesy Kotela dictionary at Charan's in Tunapuna, Twin City, San Juan, or Diego Martin and get 5% off. Just walk with the flyer or show it on your phone. Register now, scan the QR code, visit Palm Star Promotions online, or call Auntie Esther at 471-2604. The dress code is no uniforms, dress elegantly casual, and let's build confidence one word at a time, only with Palm Star Promotions. And with that, we take our first break this morning. When we come back, we will open the phone line, take some calls, and get your thoughts on this situation that took place over the weekend with all of these road fatalities. A 9-year-old child was also a fatality over the weekend, very sad. And this demerit point system debate apparently has, started again. Stay tuned.
When sunshine is the best for you, nature's best buns so crunchy. The flavor that sings to you, salted, plantain, taste the freshness, naturally sweet. The flavor that sings to you.
Ayo, nature's best bunch.
It's time to secure what matters most. Your family, your home, your peace of mind. Secure them all with Armor Security. Advanced protection starts from just $4 per day. Armor Security, powered by Flow, partnered with AllPro, inspired by you. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co to learn more.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle. From the first restaurant in 1968, when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air. Like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. And the kids, they have more to enjoy. For me, the Castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TMT.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Hey! All you let we go Vincy Mass this year! I don't hear everybody talking about the vibes, the all-inclusive party, the juve, the street parade, and the competitions in pan, mass, and calypso. And don't talk about soca monarch. It's real bad. And to top it off, Vincy Mass is easy on the pocket, but it's classy and very safe. So all you let we go Vincy Mass this year is June 27th to July 8th, and we in that.
Book your tickets and accommodations early. For more information, email info@vincymass.vc or find them on IG at Vincy_Mass, on Facebook at Vincy Mass, or log on to www.vincymass.vc.
Let we go Vincy Mass 2025!
Most popular psychic and spiritual healer, Master Santosh Ji. Are you worried about the problems in your life? Are you facing problems in your relationship? Do you have problems in your job or business? Are you facing health issues? Then the only solution. Master Santosh Ji. He is an expert in palm, face, and horoscope reading. Know your future and change the way of your life. He is expert in solving problems related to love, relationship, job, health, finance, sexual, enemy, spiritual problem, many more. He removes all negativity and gives good luck. He is specialist in getting back loved ones and ex-love back. Get an effective solution for all your problems. Call Master Santosh Ji at +1 86838438844. Located in all over Trinidad and Tobago.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
To strengthen your immune system, you need to nourish your body with foods rich in antioxidants. Exercise regularly and build your immunity with supportive nutrients. That's why the experts at Jameson created products for immune support made with pure ingredients. For 100 years, Jameson has helped take care of you and your family. At Jameson, your wellness will always be our goal. Jameson, here for your health.
Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details, including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set to API standards. They offer a wide range of services in residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So, give them a call at 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal. Reinventing the standard of how we handle steel.
All right, so we're back. I see here that another paper has carried the story where refunds will take place for the cartel show. Online ticket outlets to repay patrons after pullout of headline acts. All right, nice one. And I still see people carrying on about, hey, the government, because the government. Oh, shut up. No, serious, you know, some people are really dumb as nails, you know. If that was the case, right, then why Sizzler and all the other international acts didn't perform? The government didn't put no restrictions on them. Anyhow, you're going to hear from the promoter later. But nevertheless, we're moving on. So, road fatalities. That's right. So, no, road fatalities. Well, all right, leave this, all right, all right, yeah, the other one, yeah. Child 9 among 5 killed in accidents over the weekend. All right? Now, there was a few accidents well over the long weekend. It's not the first time that this has occurred. There was also another article where we had some weekend murders as well, but we'll get to that in a short. Right, now give me the demerit points, the demerit system, the one that you put up just now. So amid the accidents over the weekend and a 9-year-old child being the victim of one of those accidents, the demerit point system debate restarts after weekend's road fatalities. So what did they have to say? I'll give you a little bit of that, and then we're going to play you a clip of what the Prime Minister said at Thursday's press conference. The past weekend was marked by a string of tragic road accidents across the country with graphic images and videos flooding social media, even as some incidents went unreported by mainstream media. A widely circulated image uploaded on June 1st showed Minister of Defense Wayne Sturge seated in the back of a black SUV, observing a silver Toyota that had crashed into a culvert. In response to the Defense Ministry issued that his security detail stopped at a traffic light near the intersection of 4 roads and Diego Martin Highway when 2 other vehicles collided nearby. Now, Sturge's statement also questioned the response time of police and fire officials to the scene. Okay? However, one of the most heartbreaking events of the weekend occurred around 11:30 p.m. on May 31st when a Hyundai Creta flipped off the highway near Claxton Bay, killing all 4 occupants instantly, including a 9-year-old child. Now, the police have appealed for caution. In response to the spike in fatal accidents, police issued an appeal on June 1st urging motorists to exercise greater caution. Senior Superintendent of Traffic and Highway Patrol Branch Lincoln Daly cited poor judgment, speeding and distracted driving, particularly due to mobile phone use, as common causes of collisions. Drivers need to pay more attention to the road, obey traffic laws, and remain mindful of other road users, Daly warned. Now, Sergeant Brent Batson, Road Safety Project Coordinator, emphasized the importance of seatbelt use. He reported between May 30th and June 1st, officers issued 160 tickets for failure to wear seatbelts. All right? Now, we also have videos and images of other serious accidents being widely shared over the weekend. One occurred around 3 a.m. near the Forest Park flyover, where a damaged vehicle was later towed to the St. Margaret's police station. On June 1st, another car was photographed in a nearby vertical position, its body pressed against a lamppost on El Socorro Road extension near the highway, and details about that crash remain unclear. All right? Now, of course, apparently, according to the headline, national debate has reignited over the government's plan to scrap the demerit point system, and this is where we're at. Arrival High President Sharon Ingerfield told Newsday on May 10th she is seeking meetings with Transport Minister Eli Sakur and Works Minister Jolene John to discuss the decision. She believes the system is a vital deterrent to reckless driving and should be reformed, not abolished. All right. Right? And of course, the President spoke about it as well, and all of that, right? And the President even said, quote, traffic laws are not mere policies. They are matters of life and death. Interesting. Okay. This is what the Prime Minister had to say on Thursday. Run with the demerit system too.
The demerit point system, again, I see some persons are not too happy with that, but again, we campaigned on that. And we got the mandate, so we will proceed with the mandate we were given. And if you have evidence to tell me the demerit system helped in road safety, I would welcome it. But thus far, we have found no evidence that the demerit system reduced the road traffic incidents or persons on the road, the accidents and so on. We have found no evidence. In fact, the evidence thus far is to the contrary. So I look forward, if you have any, I will welcome it. But we will proceed because I have a firm view and we are governed by the rule of law. And that tells us we must not have a double jeopardy. That is to say, first, you are sued. You're found guilty in a courthouse and you have to pay whatever you have to pay. And then on top of that, now you come with the point system, which ends up in many cases to take away a person's license, and those are persons that need their license in order to earn a livelihood. So it's a double jeopardy, and the law is frowns upon and is totally against double jeopardy. Yes, we'll find other ways to improve road safety for citizens, but we are not of the view that that system of demerits is palatable in law.
And the Prime Minister is right. You know how I know she's right? Let me read you a little story here. This article was 151 days ago. All right? So here we go. The headline was, Road Safety Concerns Rise as 2024 Ends with Record Pedestrian Deaths. As road fatalities surged in 2024, Arrival Live President Sharon Ingerfield is urging the Ministry of Works and Transport to form a committee to implement critical road safety measures, particularly to protect pedestrians, right? Speaking to Guardian Media, Ingerfield revealed that pedestrian deaths reached alarming levels, accounting for 45% of road fatalities. All right? Arrival Live statistics show a sharp rise in fatal accidents, increasing from 89 in 2023 to 104 in 2024, a 17% spike. Correspondingly, road deaths rose by 16% from 95 to 110. Ingerfield attributed many fatalities to excessive speed, emphasizing that reckless driving remains a significant factor. So, wasn't the demerit point system in play in 2024? So if the demerit point system is effective, shouldn't road fatalities have gone down? Fellas, that is sensible to think? That is the sense? If it was working, shouldn't it have gone down? I'm reading here from the article, Road Safety Concerns Rise as 2024 Ends with Record Pedestrian Deaths. It right here. 17% increase in road fatalities. So, obviously the merit point system is not the problem. Or it's not the solution. Police presence on the road is going to bring down road fatalities more than any piece of legislation that you could pass. It's as simple as that. Right? And you're attributing the road fatalities to the same thing the police is saying. Speeding. Speeding. Speeding is the number one cause of accidents. Speeding. I could guarantee you that. Right? We connected? Yeah. Just, let me get a little connection. We good to go? All right, so I'm opening phone line, take a few calls on this. So obviously, the statistics does not speak to the demerit point system being effective. Right? I'm pulling up some traffic statistics here, but 327-7400, 327-7400. At the end of 2024, we had a 17% increase. And that was under the demerit system. The solution to your road fatality problem, like I was saying, is very simple. The police have to be present on the road. It's that simple. If they're not present, why this thing showing up so high? My phone going mad or what? It's on the mornings like this, these madnesses happen, Just now. The phone like it no wake up, it moving that kind of way. Just now. Yeah, it's right. Okay, I supposed to have them here now. Right, good. Oh God, I missed that one. Oh God, it acting up, it acting up. All right. Right, 327-7400. The other issue was the murders over the weekend, and of course the Stand Your Ground legislation and the MSJ and so on and so forth, where David Abdullah was saying 300 and something thousand people voted for that legislation of the whole country. That only represents 30% of the electorate. Why this thing now? Why not answer now? What is going on with this one? I answer the phone, I didn't answer, fellas. Yeah, morning.
Morning, Stefan, morning.
Yeah, morning, man. Let me get the call out here.
Yeah, so, what I could remember...
Yeah, just now.
Sure.
Why this thing given... What is going on with this morning? Yeah, oh, God, just now. And then again, calls on top of that, so I can't even try and fix the problem, because every minute... Yeah, what's going on? I don't know why I'm not getting them through the... Why I'm getting them through the system here. I hear them through the phone. But I don't know what causing that. I ain't touch nothing. They just blame me, Hold on, Judson, we come into you. Yeah, they just blame me, They say I know I do it, but I know the phone like it wake up a little sluggish this morning. We got Michael Phillips coming up in just a little bit. He'll tell you about his show that's coming up at the Brand Lara Mansion. All right? He's gotten into music too and released an album, so it should be interesting. All right? And then we got Setweiler about dog in the late half. So look out for that. All right? In the meantime, while I just get this phone issue rectified, Director, let me capitalize on this time instead of just, let me get the Keolic. So while we wait for the phone line to get in one order here, I don't know what's going on with the phone this morning. Technology, that's what happens. Introducing the Keolic range of products, which is backed by science and has over 900 scientific research and clinical trials. It's made from aged garlic extract, which is organically grown and aged without heat to convert the harsh and unstable organosulfur compounds in garlic into odorless, non-irritating, and bioavailable compounds. Now, you could try any of the products in the Keolic range and be amazed at the results. They have the Keolic Cleanse and Digestion, the Keolic Blood Pressure Health. There is also the Keolic Cholesterol Health, the Keolic Total Heart Health, and the Keolic Circulation Health, all proven to be effective in sustaining healthy levels, and all include the aged garlic extract formulation. Keo Green Powdered Drink Mix is also available. And you can also get the Keodophilus probiotics, all right? And the Keolic Aged Garlic Extract introduces a powerful range of products that can provide the health benefits needed to live a stronger life, supporting cardiovascular health, immune health, gut health, and so much more. So get the Keolic range of products at pharmacies and health stores across the country. Or for more information, you can WhatsApp 728-0338. That is 728-0338. Okay? Oh boy. And we're going to remind you about Steel Force Caribbean Limited as well. So Steel Force Caribbean Limited, Yeah, located at number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Penal. They are your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details, including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set at API standards. They offer a wide range of services for residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So you can give them a call on 490-2771 or 399-7590. It is Steel Force Caribbean Limited, reinventing standards on how we handle steel. All right? Fellas? What's going on there? All right, no problem. They're rectifying the problem. Director, in the meantime, give me the other headline I sent for you with the people that were killed. 5 killed, 3 injured by gunmen over the weekend. Yeah. So 5 killed, 3 injured by gunmen over the weekend. And now, the article basically goes on to give all of the incidents that occurred. Okay? Now, in light of this, we have the Stand Your Ground legislation that will go through the Parliament very, very soon. Yesterday, we spoke a little bit about the MSJ and their comments. You have the MSJ headline? Yeah, Rokan come in with that. Right. MSJ said that not everyone voted for Stand Your Ground law. Right? Now, we have murders still taking place. Now, those murders that took place over the weekend seem to be of, a particular nature. All right? However, Movement for Social Justice leader David Abdullah is urging Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar to have thorough consultations on the proposed legislation to make it easier for citizens to arm themselves and to introduce Stand Your Ground legislation, because he says not everyone in the country voted for it. Now, speaking at a virtual media conference on June 1st, Abdullah said Persad-Bissessar said the people voted for this and she has a mandate. Of course, yes, the UNC and its coalition of interest party won 26 seats. However, the vote count that they got was just about 30% of the total electorate. About 350,000 people out of 1 million people registered to vote. So about 30%. So it means while the UNC and its coalition of interest got the majority of the votes of people who cast their vote, remember the vote count was low. The turnout was only 54%, so it means the majority of the population did not come out in a positive, affirmative way to vote for the government. And so, going forward, the government needs to listen carefully to the people. Abdullah believes that when the bill goes before Parliament, there needs to be sufficient time for public comment to ensure the legislation had got it right, as it had the potential to change society's culture of violence. Well, yes, it does. And I think it does in a positive way, not a negative way. I'm going to take the calls. Hello, good morning. Yeah, man, go ahead.
I hear speeding on the road causing a lot of deaths and things. But one of the main aspects too is bad roads, Bad roads, sometimes when you check yourself and you pull away, some people lost in control of the vehicle. And
that is true. That is true.
You see that roads again? It's the worst I ever seen in my life. Never pleasant this stuff.
Yeah, man, no problem. Nobody brings up a good point too. A lot of the condition of the roads causes road fatalities as well. Because here it has had a pull. Morning.
Hey, Stefan.
Now, if you're in speeding and you pull, more likely you wouldn't get in an accident, but nevertheless. Morning.
Yes, good morning. How are you? Yes. Yesterday, on Beyond the Tape, right, Mr. Harak from the Hunters Association, not sure if that is his correct name. Anyway, he was speaking on the accident, right? And he said, without prejudice, which I am saying also, that area, right? Like on the highway, you come upon a certain incline or decline, right? And more so, you are not from the area, right? And on wet roads.
Right.
That is, and speed, that is a recipe for disaster,
okay.
And relative to the merit points, right? No, it is, as you said, it is in effect right now. It has not been, changed.
Yeah.
And we are still having and the thing is, I think there was a faux pas in the law in relation to this because, as I told you before, you cannot charge someone, you cannot prosecute someone twice for the same offense, right? And I have a question for you, right? Do judges make law?
No. They don't make the
study
law.
right? But they do what?
Well, they uphold it.
No, well, there is something in your study law, they ask that question, right? And statutory interpretation has 4 rules, right? The golden rule, the mischief rule, the literal, golden, mischief, and purposive, right? And when the literal rule requires interpreting in the ordinary meaning, right? Golden modifies the literal rule so that you wouldn't have an absurd or unjust result, right?
Okay.
While the mischief rule, so they will go from one to the other, you understand? Focuses on the purpose and intent of the legislation, and the purposive rule prioritizes the intended purpose of the law over strict adherence to the text.
Okay.
So judges do make rules, not literally speaking, right? So
Okay.
you take care, Stefan. Have a good day.
No problem. All right, I'll go in again. Hello, morning. I'm going quick. Morning.
Stefan, morning. What going on?
Yeah, what going on? Talk to us.
Yeah, everybody ever watch a simulation when a car take up a spin in wet roads? You could be driving at 5 miles an hour, you know. That going and turn up to be about 50, 60 while they're spinning going down the road, you know. You understand? And then long ago, they had the Ministry of Works had put out a bulletin about the South Highway. They say the South Highway is one of the most dangerous highways to drive on. From I'm talking about the leave Shogunas going down the road. One of the most dangerous from Caroni come down the road. One of the most dangerous highways because of the reason of the wind pressure, the open lands. You understand? And the other thing is that you have some drivers. You see drivers, just because you say you on an 80-mile highway, you block up all the lanes.
Check the messages.
On the highway.
Yeah.
By the time people had to pull in, pull out. You understand? You seen rain coming and you still on an 80-kilometer highway driving 40.
Right.
Because of rain. Come out from it and drive on the next side of the road. So you see some of these things that contribute to all of these things that taking place. Understand?
Okay.
Later.
Yeah, man. We're not again. Morning. Again, yes, no? Let me see. Yeah, morning. Morning. Well, use our man that's talking correct. The police had to do the work.
Correct. 90% of the drivers on the road are safe drivers in the same condition. You could name it what? Bad road, slippery road, everything, 90% of them. So there are 10% who break the law. But police are there for law and order. So since they're not on the job, and they can't monitor them and they can't deal with them, these things will continue to happen. The same thing happening with crime.
Right.
The police will tell you everything about what you want to do, everything about what you want, but they're not going after the criminals. 6,000 people involved in that, they won't take them out of the scene, but tell you lock them yourself, do this, all kind of nonsense. So as far as law and order is concerned, they are the ones who actually follow on the job and then they step up and do the job. The blue and yellow vehicles on the road becomes an important thing. So the police are talking to them, get up and do the job, all the well trained. The criminals wearing slippers and short pants, no bulletproof vest, no nothing, no fancy car, no nothing, no increase in salary. And they don't know what the hell they want when they want, and because all they do know the job, all you hiding behind it. That's one part. Mr. David Abdullah, 60% of the population normally votes every time in the country. You get about 600 people voting.
Yeah.
Of that 600,000 people that voted, you have 60% saying stand your ground law. Not 29% of the full population. So, Mr. David Abdullah, if you have a Zabuka tree in your yard, and fellas come to teach the Zabuka, and your son go out there and they lock in and they hold him down there, and you could have a gun, what are you going to do? The problem is not the legal gun, the problem is the illegal guns and these fellas who trespassing on your property. Because if you trespass in my yard and I have people, I'll let them kill you.
Yeah.
So the thing about it is that we have to think and think properly. The problem is to take the criminals out of the scene and everything will be okay. The police fall along, they're not maintaining law and order. I'll keep on saying it until my voice box bust.
Hey,
how about it?
All right, no problem. Yeah, bud. All right, I'll go again. Morning.
Morning, Stefan. Morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I want to remind the population that Kamala Prasad-Bissessar, just before the campaign trail started, she was concerned that the demerit point system was being used as a form of tax and a revenue making rather than to get justice and safety on the road for people and stuff like that.
I remember her saying that, yeah.
Yes, that was her big concern. So it is not that, because in your little clip there, she talked about improving on the system and making it better. So it is not that there is going to be no demerit point system. It is going to be looked at to be hopefully made better. And what we need to understand as well, driving is not a right. It is a privilege. Only when you meet certain requirements, you are allowed to drive. So what we need to do, in my opinion, is see there are certain offenses, dangerous driving, reckless driving, very serious offenses. They should be able to take people drivers, because not everybody have the right to be on the road. Let us start to get some of these people off the road so that the worthy drivers could have a safe space to drive. Thanks, I'll listen off it.
All right, man, no problem. Thanks. I'm going again. Yeah, morning.
Morning, Stefan, Digo Center.
Yeah, Digo Central, go ahead.
I will make my 2 points quick. Pertaining to the demerit points is a simple thing. Demerit points, most developed countries, are used towards your insurance. If you have high demerit points, you get your insurance will get hike up, right? As the previous caller said, it is being used as a tool to raise money in this country. The problem in this country is, one, police don't do their work. Two, we are poorly trained before we get our license in this country. We still using hand signals in this place, and it's still recognized in the law over the indicator on your car. People drive poorly, and we are taught poorly before we get our license.
No, well, listen, Digo Central. Listen, everybody driving, I studied that here, you know, everybody that's driving the air conditioner on the vast majority of people, what hand signal they're using?
But Stefan, let's be real. If rain falling and it's the night and you put your hand to do a hand signal, who's seeing it? Let us be real.
Yeah.
In this day and age, right? And the second thing is, pertaining to the standing ground. In the 90s, in the mid-90s, crime in Florida was rampant. The then governor decided to arm every citizen with the same standing ground law. In 4 years, crime dissipated in Florida.
Yeah.
It was one of the safest states, because you know why? Criminals didn't know who to rob, because everybody had firearms on them. You understand? So we talking in this country about feelings and emotions, but let us watch the statistics and let us watch the numbers. Just like how you brought the article from last year to show that deaths on the road,
it went up.
Deaths on the road, even with the demerit system.
Yeah.
Didn't help. The demerit system was only designed to benefit one person, and that was our rival line, to the tune of $27 million a year. Why all the people who doing what you call defensive driving courses didn't get an opportunity to provide the service that our rival line alone getting to do?
Right, exactly.
One company, and to the tune of $2,500 is madness.
Yeah.
You understand? But if the police will go out and do their job, and ticket the people, because if a man bad drive you and you crash a match of a car, he go anyway. How do you merit points system and stop that?
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, we have to tackle this thing with some form of intelligence and sense. You understand? But we have government, previous administration, they had the agenda with these things. Not that the demerit point system cannot work, it can work, but you have to apply it correctly. You want a man with a blown tail light and he had to get 2 demerit points of that. A scratch on the windscreen, but they remove that scratch on the windscreen thing, because you have a little scratch on the windscreen or crack, they gave you 3 demerit points of that, but they realized that was nonsense, so they removed that. So come on, man. It has not been applied correctly, and everybody knows that. It was draconian and abusive to society.
Okay.
Thank you, Stefan, for the time, and have a good one.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks a lot. All right, we are 7 o'clock in Trinidad and Tobago. I've got to take a break. All right, but yeah, definitely things to think about. The statistics are there. It's like the Prime Minister said. There is no evidence to support the demerit point system being, effective against road fatalities. There is no evidence to state that worked. So then why continue it? You understand? No, it's not saying that they can't make certain adjustments to it and bring it back in a different form. But one of the most important things she said in that clip that we played is that when she talked about the demerit system and the removal of it, she said we campaigned on that. You see, there's a problem with people, There's a problem with people. They don't listen, right? Because they already have a bias either way or the other, so they don't listen. And then when certain things are being implemented, they want to know, well, why the government doing that? But that's what you voted for. If you were paying attention, you would have known that. Then the other part of it is, we complain about things, and then a political party or politicians come in and campaign on those things that we complain about. We vote them into office, and then when they start to do what they campaigned on, now we have a problem with it. You understand what I'm saying? You can't want things both ways all the time. If you voted based on a political party campaigning on stand your ground legislation, expect it to come. Because we just always say, them politicians promise all kind of thing on the platform, and when they get into office, they don't give it, they don't ever give it. They don't ever follow through. Bro, there's a promised land. Well, here you have a government that is saying, this is what we campaigned on, this is what we're going to do. Coming to the MSJ now. David Abdullah said that X amount of people did not vote, and therefore that the government should listen carefully to the people. Well, while I believe that the government should listen carefully to the people, the ton of people that didn't vote, in my opinion, if you didn't come out and you didn't have a say, then you have no say. Some people might dispute that and say, but Stefan, how you can say that? They're citizens. Well, if they're citizens, the fact that you didn't come out in an election when all those things were against you in the country, and you didn't come out just for a moment to go and cast your vote for either whoever you wanted to cast your vote for, then you didn't care. So why should you have a say now when things are being implemented that could affect you? You see, there's the next thing. Everybody just wants to stay silent, don't participate, and then they want to have a say. You can't have it both ways. If you are really interested in your standard of living and your way of life and the country progressing or whatever the case is, then you have to get up off your lazy tail and go do what you have to do when the time comes. And if you fail to do that, in plain talk, bad manners, to hell with you. Don't even come to tell me your problems. Because you know you have a problem, you know it existed, and you chose to do nothing about it. Plain and simple. Right? And that's just the thing with a human being. You just can't please them at all. But we got to take the break. When we come back from the break, Michael Phillips is here. Stay tuned.
Coloring your hair is now easy with Bigen Easy Color for Men. Bigen's advanced cream formula prevents stains and drips, and it gets rid of the gray in 10 minutes. Bigen Easy Color for Men for a natural color at no grade. Jamer Day Spas offers a complete range of first-class treatments, facials, waxing, body therapies, body massages, hand and nail treatments, and much more. Check out Jamer for locations.
Consult Vedic astrologer Tulasi Prasad, who offers profound insights into an individual's life path and astrology journey in Trinidad and Tobago. Master can guide you with astrology and horoscope readings, love spell casting, family disputes, marriage problems, health problems, job and business problems. Master also is experienced in effective black magic removal remedies, negative energy removal remedies, reuniting loved ones, and many more. To get Master's guidance, call us now.
At +1 868 398 7547, located in Trinidad and Tobago.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle. From the first restaurant in 1968, when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air. Like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. And the kids, they have more to enjoy. For me, the Castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TNT.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
And everybody let me hear ya. Me have to ask, why eat other snacks when sunshine is the best for you? Nature's best buns so crunchy. The flavor that sings to you. Salted, plantain, taste the freshness, naturally sweet. The flavor that sings to you.
Ayo, nature's best bunch.
Adventure lives here, where nature inspires every step.
Set sail and explore the wonders of our islands.
Feel the rhythm of our festivals.
Joyful, vibrant, and unforgettable.
Whether you seek adventure
or tranquility, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has it all.
At Adams Optical, We care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Jameer Day Spas offers a complete range of first-class treatments, facials, waxing, body therapies, body massages, hand and nail treatments, and much more. Check out Jameer for locations.
It's time to secure what matters most. Your family, your home, your peace of mind. Secure them all with Armor Security. Advanced protection starts from just $4 per day. Armor Security, powered by Flow, partnered with All Pro, inspired by you. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co to learn more.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet Rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only solution to your problem is Him. In the book of Matthew chapter 11 and verses 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And this is mostly speaking to those of you who are Christians and you might not have a place to fellowship. Come. Fellowship with us at the Christian Union Church, San Juan Revival Ministries. Come, be edified and equipped by the Word of God, preached by the man of God, Senior Reverend Bishop Dave Donation. You will be empowered by the move of the Holy Spirit of the living God. Come and be comforted. If you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for your spiritual needs, growth, and development, then fellowship with us at number 1 Bagatelle Corner, Saddle Road, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I look forward to seeing you there, and God bless you all, and may the peace of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, be with you now and always. God bless you all.
All right, people, so we're back, and yeah, Men in Black, we are here. And we're here with Michael Phillips, and most of you will know him as a cyclist. Riding, that's right, and a man that played a significant role and started the whole situation down in Diego Martin, where they block off the road every Sunday morning. Yeah. People can come out, run, cycle.
Walk your dog.
And this is a big thing. You ever go down to Diego Martin on a Sunday morning? Highway block off, all right? And I gotta give him a lot of props to that, because you know, I mean, now that I've gotten into like the 5 keys and all these little things, and you start to notice certain things in sports, especially out here. I mean, you got the Queen's Park, Savannah, Jackson Square, you have Nelson Mandela Park, but down in Diego Martin, I mean, really and truly, that stretch there is a very unique one.
Yeah,
in terms of, yeah. And it gives a lot of opportunity for people, especially to come out and just keep healthy, you know?
So the idea was actually born out of, when I competed at the World Championships in 1995, I witnessed that in Colombia, by law, they close about 30 kilometers of highway in each city for people to exercise every Sunday morning from 6 to 6. Okay. So the protective services come out and they close off the road, and that is done as to give people a real release on that day to get out. And because you remember now, you have communities crossing each other with each other, interacting, good morning, good evening, and so on.
Right.
And when I moved to Diego Martin, I noticed on a morning time that people were exercising on the highway, walking on the highway, on the shoulder.
Yeah.
I was like, why did they not? And then I thought that Diego Martin didn't really have any parks.
Yeah.
Until so West Park Savannah just came online, all right, and that was a brilliant effort, initiative. So when I went to the Minister of Sport at that point in time, he said, "But it's a no-brainer. You don't have to build anything."
Right.
So the infrastructure was really cones and manpower and so on, and then putting on special interest events to get people motivated, because sport is really what forms that focal point. So your event that you just hosted.
Yeah.
So now, as an annual event, and as you going to, I hope you're going to add more events onto the calendar.
I would love to.
People are going to start putting that in their calendar and preparing for that.
Yeah.
So it's no longer just a sweat. It's no longer just exercise. You have created a focal point now that all research and development for shoes and supplements and all those come out of people wanting to compete.
Yeah.
So even if you're enjoying those technologies casually, they come out of the elite athlete striving for the best. So I think it's really, and congratulations to you, because, most activities on the calendar that people go after are really so much into what I call the alcohol-infused events. And,
I like how he termed that, the alcohol-infused events.
I'm being politically correct.
Make it sound nicer, though, the alcohol-infused events.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a marketer.
Yeah, but but it's true what you're saying. That's facts. And, you talk about competition, and I know we'll get into the music, but you talk about competition, and I don't know, but I feel like Trinidad and Tobago has become less competitive. I do not know if it's because the money isn't there in the sports. You actually told me something there that blew my mind a little while ago.
Yeah.
I still cannot believe it. I tried to calculate that in my head.
Yeah, so sometimes what you need to do in terms of measuring incentives, so we're not knocking any other. Carnival is actually biggest competitor to sport when it comes to the sponsorship dollar. At present moment, every sport drink spends more money in Carnival than they do in the sports.
In the sports, actually in the sports,
yes,
right?
That is a fact.
It's true.
And when you look at the first prize for the major competitions across the Carnival bandwidth, so to speak, the first prize for each competition, particularly this year Soca, Panorama and so on, I'm not knocking it, I'm saying that it is recognized that you need an incentive. That equates to more prize money than all of the sporting events, apart from CPL and a professional league, put together.
That's insane.
So when you put that into, so if you were to go to a school now and we have career day, and I go as Michael Phillips, cyclist, and I have to tell you now that, so how much you earn as a cyclist? And I have to, you get a few medals, whatever it is. It's really about building a name for yourself and so on. And then the soca artist comes up and says, boy, well, here listen, I get X amount of appearance. As a top artist, you could be getting, from the top to like Marshall, $200,000 an appearance. The smaller ones getting about $15K an appearance.
Yeah.
And then for the first prize, it's $1 million.
Well, the children don't want to really hear about cycling after that, what I mean? Nobody don't want to hear about cycling after that, do they?
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Yeah. So even now, as an entertainer, right? Now I've come into singing just over 4 years. I get paid to sing now. I make more money sitting and playing music.
You ever thought you would have been paid to sing?
If somebody told me that, just a few years ago, you see that laugh? It would have been louder. Plus, I would have been on the ground rolling.
No, because, sometimes you have these hidden talents that you never know you have.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example, right? There was a young lady that ran third in the 5K in the female category on the 25th, right? And in talking to her after, she said, well, I only started running in November.
Wow.
She's actually a teacher.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
In a school in the East. And she watches the program. So good morning, Alexa.
Good morning.
And she works at a school in the East. And she said, I only started running in November, I thought it was just putting on running shoes. And as a runner. She said, no, I'm more invested in it. She just ran third. Third, eh? And Shania Moore won. Shania Moore is like, well, Samantha Shukla wasn't there. So I would have to say Samantha is the fastest. Shania is the second fastest. And then you have Alexa coming and run third. Against somebody who now started running in November, running against athletes that running for years.
Correct.
She has a hidden talent that
correct.
She probably never knew existed.
Correct.
When you I remember coming to is Mike's Bikes.
Yeah.
I remember coming to Mike's Bikes some years ago.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was just before the pandemic or during the pandemic or sometime. And no, it was before the pandemic. And I went looking for a bike. And when I hear the price of a bike, listen. No, these bikes not, listen, if you want to be a professional cyclist, you had I did not know. I accustomed riding my little BMX and 10-speed long time. So at the time, that's the first time we met in person.
Right, yeah.
And you had your guitar.
All right.
And you have his guitar there and thing, and he was telling me, he said, you know, I'm not trying a little thing in the music and that kind of thing, right? And I try to remember what years ago, because now you've gone from that point to this point.
That's just 4.5 years ago.
That's 4.5 years ago. Look at that.
Yeah,
You remember that?
From when I, yeah.
You know, and you know, I mean, now you've gone from, I mean, you wasn't getting paid back then.
No.
You was now in the kind of
trying to figure it out
stage.
Right.
And now you've persevered and you've ended up in the position where you're getting paid for gigs.
Yeah, correct.
That to me is a huge inspiration to people who believe that, you know, they're trying with something and they didn't get through one time. It doesn't happen one time for you.
It doesn't. No.
You know?
It takes obsessive repetition, even with my paintings, my art. Most people will realize that art for me has been that connecting of the dots, the things that I've always done, is how I sponsored the first race that I ever promoted.
Look at that.
Solar painting to put on that race. That's how much I believed in how important activities are to the development of society and people's, you know, focal point.
And I see, they have the shot of the painting in the background there.
So this is one of my pieces.
Michael walked with one of his paintings. That's a pretty healthy goner, you know. Somebody might try to curry that before the show done, you know.
This is called avoiding the pot.
Avoiding the pot. So how long ago did you paint this?
I did this. Let me see. I did this in 2020. Yeah, 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
Wow. And you started painting when?
As a child. I was like drawing. I remember teachers and so on. You're gonna be an artist. You're gonna be an artist. And one of the things I resisted about that, one of my friends, Che Lovelace, we were talking about this some time ago, is, you know, somebody, but you know, artists kind of crazy. You know, artists kind of have a screw loose. And I was like, nah, I don't want to be called no artist.
Yeah.
But here it is now. I had this thing that I was developing, and I thought of it as a skill. And then I remember myself always having this little bit of quirkiness in terms of my thought processes and so on. And then I went into more of a corporate type of profile, so to speak, because I was public relations consultant at Beacon for a number of years to build that brand. And I was the chairman of a sport company. All of these different things. So I president of the Cycling Federation. I was an executive member of the Olympic Committee. So that art side of it really had been whittled down to just being something that I was very skillful at.
Right.
And music kind of came and, you know, bust through that whole thing of, wait, you know, my brain is configuring itself differently. Things that are clerical now, I absolutely hate doing. I only want to be in the creative process. And that's where you hear that struggle between the creative and, you know, doing that administrative, clerical type of stuff. So it's trying to come back to some sort of middle balance in terms of how my mind works around those things.
Right. But listen, with genius comes madness, eh? You can't be a genius without having some level of... No, I'm serious. You cannot be creative unless you are... Well, we say madness. We say, well, this person, you know, but it's not that, you know. It's just that they're on a different level than the ordinary person then. There are levels, all right? And there are people who their brain just operates differently. Maybe they've accessed certain parts of their brain that you haven't yet. But they're usually like Einstein. They would say Einstein was insane, you know what I mean? Had to be a little mad to be brilliant, right? And the same goes for everything. But
are you calling me a little mad?
But no, but I mean, look, it's a terrific, I think your story is a terrific story based on everything that you just told us. Art from a little child, coming up, still doing your paintings, cycling at the top level, not at a mediocre level or just a hobby level, at the elite level as a cyclist. sitting on certain committees, heading the sport company, picking up a guitar now, learning music. Listen, I just hear a lot of people complaining every day about, I don't have, it's no opportunities for me, and it have nothing going on, and this, that, and the other. But then when you see people like Michael Phillips now, and you see the amount of different things they're doing, and it's not that he have to do it, I sure he didn't bound to pick up the guitar. It's just, it's something that, sometimes you just want to explore different things in life. Correct. You're only here for a while.
Correct.
So why not try to do as many things as you can and accomplish as many things as you can while you're here? And I'm saying that, and I have real things on my bucket list and I can't get started yet as a procrastinator, truth be told.
We all do that. We all do that.
So, as we're talking about the guitar now, and we're talking about this particular event that's coming up.
My launch, yeah.
Yes.
Live at Lara's.
Live at Lara's. So you're at the Lara mansion.
Yeah.
Now when Sterling called me, he tell me, Michael, having something done by Lara there. So when I hear Dong by Lara, I think he used to Dong by Lara. I say, wait.
You mean up by Lara?
South? the Brand Lara Cricketing Academy. I say, but this had to be a big concert. Michael got real big. So next thing you know, I got the flyer now, and I'm seeing the Brand Lara's mansion, which is in Up Chancellor, right? And it's called Tailor Made for Me.
That's the name of the first single that I'm putting out for radio. So it's a media event, and then supporters. So I mean, I really have to be thankful for Brian for supporting me on this, and he's done so on several projects in the past. He's come and dropped the flag for some of my events and so on.
Serious?
Yeah,
okay, great
yeah.
man.
So without his support, this framing of the actual event would not be as significant, because I'm trying to put to him a concept in terms of Live at Lara's, pretty much like how they used to do in MTV Unplugged, but corralling talent that he himself may be able to shop.
Live at Lara's, that's
nice ring to it.
That have a real serious ring to it,
Yeah, correct.
And then he had the setting for it too.
Correct.
He had the setting.
So it's about finding other ways of creating good news. When you can create positive news, it's so I've written about 30 songs so far. And it's from traditional calypso. I think my genre, my vocals take to contemporary, maybe folk, country to a certain extent. All of those things, I have fun and I dabble with those things. So I give myself different exercises or a challenge. I have a television program I'm looking at and say, hey, I wonder if I could write something for a television series. So I've done things like that. And I was actually thinking of, in releasing this song, not saying who it was that was releasing this song, because it doesn't sound like a Trinidadian would write a song like this. It doesn't sound like a Trinidadian will sing a song like this.
Right.
And I wanted people to judge the music on its own. But not from the time you hear the name. And as a cyclist fellow, you must be playing the fool. Because I'll tell you why I said that. Because most people that hear me for the first time hear me live, even though they have seen me on social media. So, and they will come up to me, I didn't realize that was a song. I thought it was a CD playing. When I look as you, when I see you on social media with a guitar, but I thought you just playing the fool. So, and one of the challenges is not so much work and so on in presenting this publicly, is the fact that people actually come up to me, boy, you real stress me out, You're doing this too? Oh gosh, another thing, you make me feel like I'm wasting my life.
Like you didn't do it, yeah.
And that's not my intention, because I myself am struggling with this thing, trying to figure out the chords, I mean, I think for me, I have gotten accustomed to doing scary things. Mm-hmm. The first time, I mean, I hosted the Miss TNT pageant when Fiali Bocas won, when TV6 had it as a big production. When Elman Warren wasn't doing the show anymore, and just by happen chance, I'm in TV6 studio, and the producer of the show looks up, she's on the desk like that, I said, what on you? She looks at me, Michael, you want to host the Miss TNT pageant? I laugh. I said, Gail, what? I went to her and I told my mother that, and she said, what you told them? Call him back now. Tell him you're going to do it. Real get buff up. That's how I ended up doing that. I've held the flag going into a stadium with 75,000 people in the stadium. Nothing was as scary as the first time I sang in public. I was full-blown panic attack. Heathcliff West and Derek Chin gangster me.
Serious?
Yeah. So Derek said, Michael, I'd like your paintings and so on, you know, bring them, I have a nice spot for you, put up your, bring a guitar, put it on display, let people. So I gone on there and so Heathcliff walks up and said, Michael, you're going on after the Pan Man, eh? This thing, bits and pieces, was the thing that they had, and they had entertainment. I said, what? He said, yeah, you're going on after the Pan Man. I said, Heathcliff, I now start this thing 3.5 months. He said, but Derek sent me your recordings. You're going on
after the Pan Man.
I in the back of movie town, full-blown, hyperventilating panic attack. The security guard, a little old security guard in the back, who was always by Tommy's there. His name is Davis. If you ever see a little security guard fella there, the older fella, that's Davis. Davis sat down with me to calm me down, to get me on stage.
Wow.
Right? And I thought, I have on a hat. Okay, I'm just going to pull it down and don't look up.
And don't look up at all.
Don't look up. And I go through my thing, and then when I look up, people say, you singing now too? You're playing a guitar? And I realized I didn't die.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and I was to the point where I had to I don't know what I had to be repeating in my head, whatever it is. And I thought to myself, I said, you know what, that, if I didn't get that push, I would not have done, and then Nigel Ross started taking me on his, around
I see Nigel Ross is here too.
Yeah, correct.
And
so
Rico DJ.
Yeah,
Philip
Rico,
Carter, Peter Shim,
Yeah, all of those people have been great inspirations. And Colin Craft, who I regularly gig with. So, you know, it just goes to show who you surround yourself with is a very important thing, because that's how a lot of people get in trouble too. Who you surround yourself with.
Who you surround yourself
I've
with,
had people, where I moved into, strange enough, I went for a breakup, moved into a different apartment. Girl sent me to that apartment. Who she sent me to live next to? Robin Imamsha, coincidentally, and then the real estate agent who brokered the deal or whatever it is. Here was the landlord, Destra and her husband.
Oh Lord of mercy.
So it's like all of these things now.
It's just aligned. Yeah.
And I dare my old school chat, because a friend of mine was telling me to put things on social media. I mean, when you put things on social media, do time-lapse videos, put it up on social media. And it just went from one thing to another thing. Next thing you know, I went and I get a guitar and I started writing songs. Joey Ningwai was a major influence. Joey put into my head.
Passed away recently.
Yeah, who passed away recently? Yeah,
Joey.
late Joey. Yeah. And he was the one that, Michael, you ever think you could write your own song? I said, what? Write? I went by him because I thought I had a hearing problem. I didn't know music came in different keys. So your boy going on YouTube to say, I want to have karaoke on YouTube.
On YouTube, yeah.
Hey, you have karaoke. That's to tell you how backward I was, right?
Wow.
So I could sing Neil Diamond, but I can't sing Journey. Why? So I thought I had a hearing problem, because what was coming out of my mouth would sound like a deaf person.
Right.
So I called up Joe. I said, Joe, I want to come in the studio and put on your headphones. And when I went by him, he's the one that explained it to me. He said, well, Michael, you have a unique tone to your voice.
Right.
And he had it chain up. Boy, I could see with some training, go by Wendy Shepherd for some vocal lessons, which I did. He said, in 6 months' time, I could see you performing out, you know. Huh? You talking about?
Right.
I'm gonna post something in my QRC chat.
Right,
That's my goal.
Right.
Right? Next thing you know, this thing started to unfold, and when he told me, those who write their own songs are the ones that make it. I said, make it? I don't think make it wasn't in the back of my head.
Because you're not thinking that far. You're just thinking, I'm doing this, I'm just getting involved with this, I ain't going and get serious with the thing, at the time now,
Correct. And then I thought to myself, because I go to schools as a motivational speaker, that has been really rewarding. I'll give you a story. Saturday, I was an MC at a program, and a young man walks up to me and he says, you know what, you came to my school over 20 years ago, and I want to say thank you. And he recited to me something that I said over 20 years ago. And my pause, look, it's raising again. And I said, so what do you know? So, well, I'm a dentist now, and I also play piano. And to me, I thought to myself, if I could add music to a presentation, that may be more captivating to an audience in terms of adding a dynamic. I tried it out at, I was asked to do the, being main speaker, motivational speaker for VEMCO, for their marketing symposium. That was at Movie Town. 300 people, and I blended storytelling with music and so on, and it worked perfectly. So those are things that are gifts that I that I really am happy that I've come across to help inspire people.
Yeah.
And to explain to them my own challenges in terms of how I'm navigating this thing with all the fears and whatnot, because people look at it and think, well, you're just good at everything. No, it's like
challenging, it's challenging.
Excessive repetition.
Yeah.
I tell people, there's a way you find your time. I say, to do all of these things, I say, you should see my pile of dirty laundry to do. You know, things pile up.
No. When you're focused, you see, when you're focused on something, and you wanna succeed at it and that kind of thing. And I think that's another good message too for a lot of young people watching. You gotta focus in life. You gotta focus on the things that you're interested in, the things that you have a passion for, and eventually, like you said, countless repetition. And that is what it is. The saying that practice makes perfect is not to be taken for granted.
Yeah.
It actually does. Practice does make perfect.
Obsessive repetition.
Now, before we run out of time, we just have a few moments. I see you walk with the guitar.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to give us a little taste of something
I'll give
very
you
quickly.
something. Our program
and by the way, people, just before we go further, it is Thursday, June 5th, live
look out
at
for the
Lara's.
Yeah.
All right, Brand Lara Mansion. I see here from 6 to 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Nice, man. And there is a number here to RSVP. Dominique, I see Dominique, what going on, girl?
So that's for the media people.
Yep.
So this song is appropriate for this morning. It's not one I'm going to be performing on Thursday.
Okay.
But this was done out of a buddy walk one day. I went and I was inspired after singing there. Good morning, how you doing? Rise and shine, the sun is smiling. Get moving, get shaking. It's time to make things happen. To see another day is a blessing. So take a big, deep breath. Are you listening? Yeah. And sing that little song that brightens your day. Call a friend to say that I've been thinking about you. And hey, remember all the good things that have come your way. So sing that little song. How much time we have?
We can take our next verse for Friday.
Good morning, how you keeping? So glad you I'm seeing. We're walking, we're talking. Shine that smile, it got me feeling to be with you. Today is a blessing. Let's skip and step and don't forget these few things. Yeah. To sing that little song that brightens your day. Call a friend to say that I've been thinking about you. And hey, remember all the good things that have come your way. So sing that little song.
Oh boy, that's his mood. Nice mood for you. Nice man. Well, I know see why you're getting paid, man. I know see why the man getting paid. The man have real vibes. No, I'm telling you. That third eye blindness, you know. I'm telling you, that third eye blindness, boy. All I know is third eye blind. Eh? You have no idea, do you?
Oh,
you see
Lord.
What I mean? Lord of mercy.
So you can follow me on social media, Michael Phillips Artist, on
Right.
Instagram, on Facebook, Michael Phillips Artist.
Michael Phillips Artist.
Yeah.
All right. You know you're an artist and an artiste, right?
Yeah. So Michael Phillips Artist is.
Hey, Michael, was a pleasure, man. I'm telling you,
Thanks so much.
you really, listen, I would pay to come and I'm telling you.
That's a good theme song for your morning show, you know.
Yeah, good morning.
Rise and shine, the sun is smiling.
I wouldn't mind at all. We had to talk about that. Let's have that. No, serious. I find that have a real nice vibes, boy. So it is live for music performances 7 to 7:45.
Yeah.
A guest reception 6 to 7. And dress code is after work line. I like that.
I coined a new phrase. I coined a new dress code, after work line.
After work line dress code, man.
People
That's
ask
what
me,
we're talking
after
about.
who come out with that? Me.
Yeah, no creativity again, you know what I mean? Life at Lara's and after work line gear. And I tell you what, Nigel Rojas, Peter Shim, Rico DG, and Philip Carter, you can all come check them out. Refreshments, unforgettable live music, and this is
this
your
one,
invitation to
that's
online.
for my guests and my media people.
This is for his guests and his media people.
Yeah.
So we're going to find out.
There's an so for the other shows that are coming up, we're going to be advertising that.
All
so
right,
this one
brilliant.
is a launch and
Nice,
the
man.
whole pilot.
All right, lovely. So people, I tell you what, we got to take a break. When we come back, we got Seth Weil aboard joining us via Zoom, and we got to handle some business as well. But we're going to be back. But Michael Phillips doing it. Listen, terrific, inspirational story for those young people watching. Nothing is beyond your reach, and you could dabble into 3 and 4 and 5 different things. Live life and conquer as many passions that you want to conquer any time that you have here. We're going to be back after this. Good.
Introducing Open Minds primary school lessons 100% online. Get quality education from the comfort of your home. Affordable, expert-led online tuition to help your child succeed. Register today. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or visit www.openminds.education.
Most popular psychic and spiritual healer, Master Santosh Ji, are you worried about the problems in your life? Are you facing problems in your relationship? Do you have problems in your job or business? Are you facing health issues? Then the only solution. Master Santosh Ji. He is an expert in palm, face and horoscope reading. Know your future and change the way of your life. He is expert in solving problems related to love, relationship, job, health, finance, sexual, enemy, spiritual problem, many more. He removes all negativity and gives good luck. He is specialist in getting back loved ones and ex-love back. Get an effective solution for all your problems. Call Master Santosh Ji at +1 86838438844. Located in all over Trinidad and Tobago.
Before you take your omega-3 supplement, check for the natural product number NPN on the label. This unique code shows that Jameson products have approved rigorous Health Canada testing for safety and effectiveness. Unlike some supplements that carry disclaimers like not approved by the FDA, Jameson omega-3 is the trusted choice, offering 1800 milligrams of EPA and DHA for heart health. Choose quality. Choose Jameson.
Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set to API standards. They offer a wide range of services in residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So, give them a call at 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal. Reinventing the standard of how we handle steel.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisure Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canopia. Chic Leisure Limited. Quality you can trust.
Adventure lives here, where nature inspires every step.
Set sail and explore the wonders of our islands.
Feel the rhythm of our festivals.
Joyful, vibrant, and unforgettable.
Whether you seek adventure
or tranquility, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has it all.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Ready to unlock your potential? Welcome to Open Minds Education from preschool to high school. We bring expert tutoring right to your home 100%, with a stunning 450% growth in enrollment. We're transforming education with real results. At Open Minds, it's more than grades, we're building future leaders with academic and life skills. Don't wait. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or register now at www.openminds.education.com.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
All right, people, we got to thank Michael Phillips for coming through this morning, man. Highly entertaining and very, very skillful in many ways, as you could see. And yeah, Brand Lara Mansion, live at Lara's, man. I got a nice ring to it. We'll see where that goes. This might be the first of many. All right. So Edenites Clinic, before we get to set while about Edenites Clinic, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean, and they offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments including prolozone therapy, halotherapy, nutritional programs, weight loss programs, and much more. And they also offer consultation services from live blood analysis to knee, shoulder, back pain, sport injuries, heart disease, and more. So check them out at any one of their 3 locations in Trin City, Chaguanas, or Tobago. And you could also give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You can WhatsApp them on 493-9196 or email them at edenightsdistributors@gmail.com. J&P Pest Control Limited. They are experts in all types of pest control, ranging from termites to rodents, ants, cockroaches, lawn pests, and much more. And they are armed with the latest techniques and technologies, including fumigation for drywood termites. J&P Pest Control's professionally trained staff are ready to tackle even the most difficult infestations. And for a free inspection and quotation, you could contact them today at 61 to 65 Covine Road in Diego Martin. You could give them a call at the office line 227-0835, or you can WhatsApp them on 250-8397. You could also email them at jppestcontrol@hotmail.com and let them shield your home or business from pesky pest. And talking about pest, they come in different ways and forms. So Flow, that's right. No matter the space or the budget, your home deserves more than just security. It deserves armor security powered by Flow. Yep. All right, yep, that's it, Flow. All right, so no matter the space or the budget, your home deserves more than just security. It deserves armor security powered by Flow in partnership with All Pro. This is a home security solution that protects what matters most for just $4 a day. Just visit Flow in store or online at discoverflow.co for details. Flow, bringing security home. And Roll Right, we can't forget Roll Right. Roll Right Alignment and Service Center, your one-stop shop for vehicle care. Located on Salim Avenue, Monroe Road, Chaguanas, Roll Right has everything you need to keep your ride in top shape. From new and used tires to speed balancing and 3D computerized wheel alignment, they've got it all covered. At Roll Right, you can also get the full suite of vehicle maintenance services, including comprehensive suspension and vehicle repairs, injector flow bench diagnostic testing and ultrasonic cleaning, servicing, oil changes, and vehicle diagnostic scanning. Plus, Roll Right offers a wide selection of high-quality vehicle batteries, ensuring you're always powered up for the road ahead. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. You could visit them today or call them on 303-8344. Find them on all social media platforms. Roll Right Alignment and Service Center, always rolling right. So, we have Seth Wild aboard with us, and we're going to wrap up this topic on obesity, are we?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. All right, good.
It might lead to some other topics, but good
Seth,
morning.
I know you're going to, where did you leave off last time? Just to tie things in.
Right, the last time I believe we were dealing with the topic of stress, I think it was.
Correct.
With relations to obesity.
Right.
Now, we did spoke on a couple stuff with regards to obesity. We looked at the statistical data to what is classified as, and we first saw that carbohydrates play a key factor in obesity, and fat consumption, contrary to what many people thought, the data shows that higher fat consumption reduces likelihood of obesity. So we saw that aspect of diets needing more fat in it, and it needed way less carbs in the diet.
Right.
We also looked at, with regards to the different types of fat in the body, right? So we saw the different types of fats and the roles that those types of fat play in the body. Then we looked at leptin resistance, which comes about due to having too much fat, all right, and how the body reacts and responds with regards to that. And then we looked at the stress aspect of things. So when it comes to now applying all this information in order to get fat loss or to reverse obesity, application plays a key role, because you could have this knowledge, but if you don't apply it correctly, I mean, what's the point of even having it in the first place?
Right.
So application of knowledge plays a very important role. So when it comes to reversing obesity, one have to take multiple angles or tackle it from multiple standpoints. You have to reduce your stress, right? Reducing stress plays a key role. Now, for many people, this is something a lot of people may not want to hear, but for some people, your job can be a big hindrance in your health. a lot of people are working in jobs that they are very uncomfortable in. And then they have that fear of, if I leave the job, then they may not have a source of revenue, and that might create more stress, all right? But sometimes you have to look at, if that job is affecting your health now, right, it may be in your best interest to leave it because it could put you in a worse situation.
Right.
All right? So that's something that one has to take in consideration. Now, your nutritional aspect with regards to reversing obesity, this is something I want people to understand. Not everyone is capable of reversing obesity on their own. Because, of course, if that was the case, we would not have had much obese people. All right?
True. Facts.
And we also need to accept the fact that there is absolutely nothing wrong in getting help. That's another thing, because a lot of people have the belief that if you're going for help, that means you're admitting that something is wrong. And true, something is wrong. Something is wrong. So getting help shows, I would say, a level of maturity, because as you know, a good leader is not someone that tries to do everything on their own. It's someone who knows when to delegate other people that are better than them in dealing with particular things.
Correct.
So it is good to get someone or hire someone that can help you to achieve your goals, right? Now, one of the reasons why I did this topic of obesity is I've had many people come to me at my clinic and said, well, they didn't know I used to deal with, that I deal with weight loss as well. And it's something that slipped me in the sense that, remember, weight loss is something I have been dealing with regards on a professional level long before I started the clinic.
Yeah.
So it was never something I thought I needed to highlight, because I thought that is something that I was already known
It was
for.
understood, yeah.
Yeah. But I realized a lot of people mostly know me for the clinic and didn't know that I deal with weight loss was one of the major things. And it's due to me dealing with weight loss that my methods of having people getting people to lose weight, because my whole focus was you want to lose weight, but you also want to maintain health. And that is what caused a lot of people to start getting their diseases reversed, right? And this is what gave rise to the clinic that I have now, due to my understanding of weight loss. So getting help and getting the right help, and I mentioned this in the first segment that I did starting obesity, that there are different types of weight loss, right? And not all ways in which you lose weight is healthy, right? Because there is fat loss, which is what everybody wants. You get water loss as well, and water loss that could change on a daily basis based on your fluid consumption.
Not to cut you really, but as you talk about weight loss and fat loss, I see that this thing has become very popular now. People are using this injection. As you talk about, not every way to do it is the right way. It's a diabetic thing, a diabetic drug. I can't remember what they call it.
The Ozempic?
Ozempic?
Yeah, I think is that Ozempic.
Yeah, I see people people using that. I think it's like $3,000 for a shot, or for a month's supply, or some kind of thing like that.
Yeah, and I know it's something that has been pushed a lot by celebrities.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
And it have a lot of detrimental impact on the body. I think somebody had even lost, 13 feet of their intestines due to damage that it caused. All right.
Okay.
And that's why I'm saying now, you have the fat loss, you have the water loss, you have the muscle loss, and you have bone density loss. Those are all ways in which the body can lose weight on the scale. So a lot of people are chasing the reduction in weight on the scale, and the method in which they're going about it is causing the loss of the things that you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose bone density. You don't want to lose muscle mass. Right? The only type of people that would focus on muscle mass loss are athletes who are trying to get into different weight categories, like boxers and MMA fighters and stuff like that. When they switch in weight categories, if you want to go from a higher category, from a heavyweight to a lower category with regards to weight, right? Then you would try to lose some muscle mass as well, and water, in order to get into that weight class, right? But that's for professionals. That is also done under professional supervision.
Supervision, yeah.
Right? Because if you go about weight loss inaccurately, you are going to put yourself at more risk. So plenty of people are trying to lose weight in order to improve their health, but the methods in which they are going about it, they would get changes on the scale, but then you could put your health in a more detrimental place. And that's why people need guidance, proper coaching, which is what my program is all about.
Right.
Coaching individuals so you make the right choices and understand that you need to avoid putting yourself at more risk to achieve a particular goal on the scale. Many people don't understand what the scale is showing them. I remember in the past, I've had a client. So the person started with me. In the first month of training, there was no change in the person's weight on the scale. Their weight remained the same. But when I did a body fat analysis, they lost 12 pounds of fat. And they gained a whole set of muscle mass at equivalent levels so that there was no change on the scale.
Wow. Okay.
Now, their entire image changed. They had to change their clothing because waist size was smaller, entire body got smaller, but no change on the scale. Now, that's healthy weight loss. That's healthy weight loss, right? So these are things that people have to become more aware of, because if you're just chasing, just getting that number reduced on the scale, you also could get your health reduced as well. And that's what we don't want. So we have to understand all these multiple factors. Also, what I help people do is you want to make better choices with your food, because remember we also mentioned that there's an economical aspect to it, right? And most people are of the belief to be healthy, it is expensive when it comes to buying food.
Right.
Right? Buying what you're supposed to eat. It isn't if you know what you are really and truly supposed to be consuming. Now, I know a lot of people, when they think about, they're thinking about going organic and whatnot, and the whole organic thing is just marketing. The organic industry is a complete and utter lie, all right? If people understand what organic truly is, it has to do with carbon, right? And there isn't anything that we consume that isn't carbon-based, whether it have chemicals or no chemicals. All right, look up what carbon, organic actually mean, and go into organic compounds, and you will see the science of that. So it's just marketing off of people's ignorance. So people think, oh, I have to go and buy all these organic produce and whatnot. No, you don't. No, you don't. All right, that is just good marketing to take your money, and you're doing something that isn't any better.
Okay.
If you understand what the body actually requires, you can make the better choices, and this is what I do. I help coach people. You can make cheaper choices, right, that are effective in keeping you healthy and cause you to attain your goals, all right? And then the guidance with the coaching now could help now, because the goal of reducing obesity has to be with moving the white fat cells into becoming beige fat cells. Remember when we looked at that a couple weeks ago? Right? We want to move those white fat cells and get those white fat cells to produce more beige fat cells, which the body uses for energy and heat production. And how we do that would be through proper dieting and fasting mechanisms.
Right.
Now, as I mentioned fasting there, people have to be very careful when it comes to fasting. All right? When I say have to be very careful, if you fast incorrectly, which a lot of people do, you can put yourself in an increased risk.
No.
Yes, it can increase the beige fat cells, but a lot of people start fasting from an already nutritionally deficient state. If you're already nutritionally deficient and then you fast, you're going to increase that deficiency. How is that going to help you? All right? So this is why I tell people you have to prep. And sometimes I will tell people you need to give yourself time. So sometimes at least 3 months, you want to be eating correctly before you go into any fasting regime. All right? And these are important things that people need to know. Rome wasn't built in a day. When it comes to losing the weight that you have gained throughout your entire life, you have to be patient with yourself. And that's a key thing. A lot of people want to rush the process. And by trying to rush that process, they injure themselves, all right? So you need to give yourself time, and this is why coaching is needed, because people just chasing the reduction on the scale, and that would cause a lot of problems. So what I would do, I think next week I'm going to look at some problems that can come about, because we're going to look at things like ketosis and diabetic ketoacidosis. Understand the two and the differences between them, because many people don't, and many people are fearful of some, especially those that are diabetic. All right? So we'll get a little more into that and see how we can maneuver that to improve health.
All right, so people, Seth Weil aboard on the inside, man. Always a pleasure talking to Seth. Terrific information. And remember, you can get more information from Seth because we're simply saying, why manage that disease when you could reverse it? So, 761-1952. That is how you can contact him. Or you could WhatsApp him on 2793935. And we're talking cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, autoimmune diseases, digestive disorders, hypertension, etc. Book an appointment today. Seth, thanks a lot, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yep, always. We got 9 birthdays here that we'll get to. So we're going to that immediately. We want to say good morning. We'd like to send happy belated birthday greetings going out to Desiree. Her birthday was on Saturday. All right, so happy belated birthday, Desiree. Also, happy 11th birthday to Asiel Pereira. Wishing him a great day. This is coming from his mom, Philan, his sisters, Alexis and Asia, and his 2 grandmothers, Anne-Marie and Mona. All right? And he celebrates his birthday tomorrow, Wednesday, the 4th of June. Also, happy birthday to an amazing big sister, Didi. Wishing you a year filled with love, joy, and endless happiness. With all my love, your brother, Rashid. All right? So happy birthday going out to Didi. Also, good morning. Can you please wish my lovely wife, Sasha Mohanlal, a very happy birthday today, June 3rd. We wish you all the best with long life, good health, and happiness, and may all your dreams come true. Nice, man. Sasha, enjoy your day. Wishing my daughter, Rayanne, and granddaughter, Janae, a happy birthday today. Greetings coming from her mom, Karen, and the rest of the family, wishing them both God's richest blessings. Nice, man. Happy birthday to you. And we're going again. We got 4 more. We want to wish our grandmother, Joan Rudder, a happy birthday. Her birthday is today, the 3rd of June. She's an amazing woman. She watches the show every day, sending out her best wishes and God's richest blessings. So, Joan Rudder, happy birthday, darling. Nice, and thanks for the support. Also, happy birthday going out to Celine Babulal. You are loved in abundance. Continue to work hard, and we wish you all the success the world has to offer from your mom, dad, and brother. Oh, a carnival child, man. Lovely. Celine Babulal. Nice, man. But wait now. Celine? Celine, nice you, girl. I know Celine, man. Also, please extend happy birthday greetings to Mom Zelina Jagasa. She will be celebrating her 66th birthday today, the 3rd of June. Wishing her all of Hermitage Village, San Fernando. Thank you so much. The happiest in the world. She is 1 in a million. Greetings coming from her daughter Melissa, son-in-law Nigel, grandchildren Leon and Neela. Not forgetting her darling husband, Benjamin. And finally, we would like to send the happiest birthday wishes to our mom, Indra Gopal. She is celebrating her 70th birthday today, June 3rd. This is coming from her husband, Sam, her daughters, Kamli and Diana, her son, Anil, sons-in-law, Sean and Kevin, daughter-in-law, Dimple, and her 6 grandchildren, Ronaldo, Daniela, Angelina, Anish, Liam, and Kaylee. May Lord Vishnu continue to protect her, and may she continue to be blessed with good health and long life. Happy birthday, Mommy. We love you lots. Have a wonderful day, and we will celebrate later. Lovely. So that's it for today, people. We wrap it up. We put it away. That's your Tuesday. Tomorrow we are Behind the Badge. We're going to be talking to the police on several different issues, from domestic violence to the cartel concert and excessive force. And we also got Pastor John in the 2nd hour on Wednesday. In between all of that, we got some phone calls and everything that will take place. So look out for all of that coming at you tomorrow. Until then, Do have a productive and a safe day. We are out. Goodbye.
Good morning. Welcome.